Hey everyone. Whoa, what's that? Is that the sound of irrelevancy?
Mattel was celebrating the somewhat success of the Intellivision when they noticed the recent boom of home computers. So they decided, let's make a blue rectangle with the CPU of a Dorito that plays games that have less enjoyment than a toaster. The base unit sold for 160 US dollars today, approximately 410 US dollars. The main computer had almost nothing going for it. You really needed more peripherals to accomplish anything. The keyboard feels like pushing on an M&M, and why is the spacebar so small and on the side? This is not a keyboard, it's a Ouija board. And I hate the idea of having to carry a brick with it. Why does this cord not separate? After powering off the console, there is still enough residual energy to keep the light on. If you plan on playing any games for the Aquarius, what you really need is the mini expander. It is the only real way to get sound out of the console. I guess it's more so noise than sound. Oh cool, now I can use controllers. The buttons on here are no better than the keyboard. It's all just squishy and not responsive. But the disc on the bottom is actually really fun to play with. It's not better than a D-pad, but it's not the worst. Some games came with overlays so you can better understand what buttons to press in the game. Oh thank God, I would have been confused otherwise. I also have the printer for the Aquarius. Of course, it's not the most useful thing anymore, but it does make this fun noise. Out of the mere 55 games released, I have 4. The game cartridges look like a block of cheese. Astro Smash was one of the first games released for the console. This game is a high-score based game that works a lot like Space Invaders. All of these games can be played with keyboard input instead of with a controller. But really, neither way is more comfortable. You have to avoid these white addition symbols that track the player, and if they reach the ground, they'll chase you. But what exactly are these things? They don't really look like asteroids like the name would suggest.
Oh no, we're all gonna die!
Next is Utopia. Rounds, sure, 12. Time, 12? Oh, okay, 60? Okay, I'm still confused. I'll just keep pressing buttons until something happens. Wow, that's a lot of noise. Things keep happening. I guess because my copy never came with a manual or anything, it's really difficult to properly understand this game. Next, we will look at a game licensed by Walt Disney. Boy, they must have been proud. The controls are really weird in this game. I'm just kind of thumbing around until something happens. Yeah, definitely not a cult classic. Last but not least is Snafu. A game kinda similar to Snake, but has many more game styles. Fortunately, the look of this game is inferior to the look of the Intellivision version of this game. At least the name makes sense. Because this game was confusing what my goal was every time I played it. For a console from 1982 that was meant to appeal to children, it had a lot going for it. Fortunately, this console was only on market for 5 months before being discontinued. Mattel later made a sequel that sadly is really hard to find anywhere. Not many people know of or have even heard of this console. It is definitely worth looking into, if for nothing else, the sound the printer makes.